Spire Motorsports announced that they fined driver Carson Hocevar $50,000 over his comments about Mexico City ahead of the NASCAR Cup Series race there this past Sunday. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. So if you don't know what Hocevar said on a Twitch stream ahead of the Cup race in Mexico City, he said, if the travel was better, if getting here was easier, if you felt safer getting to and from everywhere, if it wasn't such a crap hole, if the track limits were a little bit better enforced, if it was going to be a little bit better of a race, and if it didn't feel so locked down, like you can't leave anywhere, it'd be a great experience. It'd be an absolute great experience. If you take all those out, it's unbelievable. It's great. So obviously there at the end, dripping with sarcasm, given the fact that he was clearly implying it would not be a great experience whatsoever. Following Sunday's race, Hocevar addressed the comments on X. He posted this: maybe a kid that had never been out of the country until Thursday should ever give an opinion about what any place is like other than Portage, Michigan. When I answered that question on a stream, I was skeptical about the trip so far and believed everything I read or heard about Mexico City from people who more than likely also had never been here. Now that I've actually left my hotel a couple times and raced here in front of some of the most passionate fans I've ever seen, my opinion has changed. I'm embarrassed by my comments by the race I ran, and I may have to move here to hide out from Ricky anyway. Count this as another lesson for me in a season I've learned so much. Don't believe everything you hear without seeing it yourself. If anyone should give anyone or any place the benefit of the doubt, it's me. I'm sorry, Mexico City. Consider me an ally going forward, an example of getting off Twitch and seeing things with my own two eyes. I talked about this in a previous video earlier today, but the United States State Department literally cautions tourists traveling to Mexico City that if they venture outside the public tourist areas, especially at night, that they could be victims of crime. So this idea that he somehow said something objectionable is ridiculous. And clearly now we know why that he posted this, because it didn't really seem like it made any sense the way he posted it, etc. It just seems kind of out of the blue. A lot of people probably didn't even know what he was talking about, what his comments were. Clearly, this was prompted by the team to issue an apology and try to issue some kind of PR statement in order to do damage control to potentially avoid NASCAR coming down on him. And that looks like what Spire Motorsports has done by fining him $50,000 and mandating that he has to attend cultural sensitivity and bias awareness training, because this is what Spire posted over on X announcing this fine and training that Hocevar is going to have to do. They said here that these actions are consistent with Spire Motorsports' core value of respect, which is something we proudly display on every race car, team uniform, trackside hauler, and digital channel. Respect is not a slogan. It is a daily expectation that we walk the walk in how we speak, compete, and serve the communities that welcome our sport. Well, you know what? Respect also, I would imagine, involves telling the truth. And when you are trying to silence your driver, you are not respecting him or his opinions. So this is a bunch of BS, garbage, PR statement that Spire Motorsports here is groveling to NASCAR, in my opinion. And I think NASCAR really wants to replace the audience that they currently have. That's why they are talking about expanding their global footprint. Even the Ben guy did this whole thing where he was asked about whether or not they would go back to Mexico City based on whether the race was a economic or financial success. And he was like, it doesn't even matter if it's a financial or economic success because we want to try to have this increased footprint. So they're literally talking about losing money by going to other countries to race in order to hopefully potentially get a different audience than what they currently have. I find it absolutely despicable that NASCAR is engaged in this kind of activity. But again, it's not really surprising given what we've seen the sanctioning body involved in. Remember the whole noose thing with Bubba Wallace? Despicable. Anyways, they go on and said Carson Hocevar's recent comments made during the live stream fell short of that standard. They did not represent the views of Spire Motorsports, our partners, or NASCAR. He has acknowledged his mistake publicly. He didn't make a mistake. And his prompt, sincere apology demonstrated personal accountability. We now take this additional step to underscore that words carry weight and respect must be lived out loud. Again, Carson Hocevar didn't make a mistake. Describing Mexico City as a crap hole is crass, but is it honest? I think so. I think that is honest take, especially given the fact that the United States State Department is literally recommending that tourists be extraordinarily cautious, especially when they venture outside of the tourist areas that have increased police presence to ensure their safety. There are numerous warnings that there are multiple states in Mexico that you should not even travel to because of the possibility of being kidnapped and high crime because they are run by the drug cartels. Anyways, Spire goes on and says, Spire Motorsports has informed NASCAR of these penalties, and NASCAR has confirmed that our team imposed discipline satisfies the sanctioning body's requirements. So again, all of this is done to try to prevent NASCAR coming down. I think it's actually cowardly. I think Spire should have stood by their driver. They should have actually embodied this respect thing that they say that they do and let NASCAR take action and let the sword fall on NASCAR. I think Spire should have stood by their driver. If I'm Carson Hocevar, I'm probably looking for a different team that is probably going to be a little bit more courageous in the face of this despicable sanctioning body. I mean, this is sickening. This is absolutely sickening. It's immoral. It's absolutely immoral that they're having to fine their driver for making comments on a Twitch stream. Are you kidding me? Those comments are not objectionable whatsoever. This is total identity politics crap that NASCAR has been playing for the last number of years, and they are constantly paying the price for it. They're paying the price for it. I thought this stuff had kind of gone away. They kind of gone away. Bubba Wallace seemed to not be under mandate to push any of that insane crap that we saw during 2020 with the Black Lives Matter stuff. He'd actually seemingly got back to being the old Bubba Wallace. And he wasn't trying to push any of this insane stuff. But clearly they're still pushing it, right? They're still pushing it. They haven't really learned that lesson. They thought it would blow over. But again, these people clearly still run NASCAR and are still pushing this agenda. And I find it sickening. I find it absolutely sickening. Spire then says, together we remain committed to showcasing NASCAR's global growth, celebrating the passionate Mexican fan base we experienced firsthand last weekend, and ensuring every member of our organization treats hosts, competitors, and communities with dignity. Again, describing the city as a crap hole is not violating their dignity. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that they posted this. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.